Hi there. I am Jen with Vazquez Photography, and I help the adventurous, fun, and playful party bride capture the life in her wedding while she celebrates the wedding of her life. Today, on Sundays, I come to you live every Sunday in our Facebook group, and then I upload it to a YouTube video, helping brides with that crazy full-time job of planning your wedding, because it can be a little crazy. So today we are going to be talking, and I'm sorry, my dog is literally moving my laptop. Today it's to garter toss or not to garter toss, and that is the question today. So we're going to be talking about all things garter tossing. The garter toss, like the bouquet toss, is a traditional part of a wedding that some brides are choosing not to do. I always advise my brides and grooms to do whatever they want, whether it's traditional or outside the box of normal or exciting, whatever. You can do or not do anything that you want. This is 100% your wedding. And there's no rules when it comes to planning a wedding these days, which is awesome. So whatever you decide to do, whether it's traditional or completely modern, or like most of my brides, choosing to do a bit of both to whatever fits their aesthetic, you and your fiance can make that decision, and you do you, boo. Now, if you're going to do the garter toss, I am here with some tips, because that's what I like to do. I like to help with some helpful tips for brides. So number one is music. You need a song for the garter toss. It typically has a striptease type cadence, and the groom typically dances about a bit before getting the garter off your leg with his hands, or in some cases with his teeth. I would definitely pick a song that your fiance likes the best, because this is sort of his limelight, if you will. And some groomsmen will take off their coat and then walk up to their bride, and she's usually sitting down, and this is all to music. So here are some of the top songs that I found in my research. And then, of course, my favorite is the first one, because it's the song that my husband chose over 21 years ago when we got married, because he was a firefighter at the time. And the song is Fire by the Ohio Players. It's the one that goes, I don't sing, fire, bum, 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 dun, dun. I can still see him dancing around. Anyway, that's one song. Keep Your Hands to Yourself by Georgia Satellites, American Woman by Lenny Kravitz, Cherry Pie by Warrant, I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred, Hot for Teacher by Van Halen, and Hey Ya by Outkast. Those are some of the more popular songs, but again, you can pick any song, or your fiance can pick any song that he wants. If you notice a pattern of old songs, because I graduated in the 80s, so I love most of those songs. But you're right, most songs are really old songs. I researched a ton, and I didn't find really any modern songs on the list anywhere. Keep in mind that you can literally pick any song you want or your fiance wants, so don't just do what you find online doing research. Make it your own, make it unique. Then toss it away. So a tossing garter is a way less expensive garter. You can get them at the dollar store, you can get them at Michael's, and it's a good idea to buy a throwaway garter so you can keep your garter and save it with your other memories. I know some brides don't really care to keep the garter, so they just throw the one that they're wearing, and that's totally okay. If you do have a tossing garter, then you want to make sure that you wear it below the one that you're keeping. So you'll put the garter a little higher up on your leg and put the tossing garter a little lower on your legs so that it's easier for your fiance to get it. And you can tell him that it's going to be the one closest to your foot so that he doesn't accidentally take off the one that you're going to save. I've seen that happen. Keep it PG. I say this, but my husband was like a little nuts. But I'm not saying that you can't have fun with the whole process. But what I'm saying is I have seen many brides and grooms not realize until afterwards that, you know, your fiance is like taking this garter off your leg and your parents are sitting there and your grandparents are sitting there, maybe even your priest or the person that officiated your wedding. If you're totally comfortable with that, then you go for it. But just like a heads up, think about that before you know, go crazy. Kids or no kids. This is another one that I've seen a lot of brides and grooms get really upset because they don't think about this ahead of time, and they have a bunch of kids go out on the dance floor and they end up catching the garter or the bouquet toss, and then the bride and groom are like, feel like it's a waste. If you don't mind at all, then don't worry about it. But it's something that you want to keep in mind. And I always take a portrait with the bride and groom and the person that caught the bouquet and the person that caught the groom for any of my couples that do a garter toss and a bouquet toss. And it looks a little odd with kids in the picture. But you can do whatever you want. I always say that if you don't want kids to go out on the dance floor, that's something that you should definitely have the DJ announce. Like any single people that are 16 years or older, or adults, single adults to the dance floor. You can do things like that so that you're not, so that someone else is handling that portion of it for you. And then of course, I'm going to have to say this because I am a photographer. You want to keep your photographer in mind when you go to do the garter toss. I always encourage my groom when throwing the garter to do a fake throw at first. Why? Well, because 90% of the time we're inside and I need a flash, and a flash doesn't regenerate within a couple seconds. So then I would only get a picture of the groom throwing it, or I would get a picture of whoever catches it. But 9 times out of 10, it's so fast and you can't get them both back to back. So I have him fake it first, and then I refocus on the people catching it, and then I can make sure to capture the image of whoever catches the garter as well. So if that's important to you, to get the picture of him throwing it and also of the person that catches it, then you want to do a fake one at first. I don't like to fake things very much on the wedding day, but something like that, if you want to get those images, we have to find a way to do it, right? So those are my tips with regards to garter tosses. If you have any questions, just put the questions down below. If you're in Facebook, put them just in the comments. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, put them below. And on my YouTube channel, if you would like and subscribe, and ring that little bell, and then that way it'll notify you every time I go live so that you don't miss another video that can help you with planning your wedding. I hope that you have a great day today. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to help you. Talk to you later.